Engineer 775, playing in the mud again. We've got a spring development job to do here. Everything's been cleared out nicely. Got a good flow of about 3 gallons a minute, which goes down to a pond. But we're going to basically do the 2-stage collection and then spring box that can be maintained type system that we usually do, and then backfill this with gravel and then cover it, and that'll make it for make a nice spring. I got to check some elevations. We might be able to gravity feed this water a long ways, maybe even get it to the home or to some waters. But for now, we're gonna dump it into the pond, and so that's it. Spring box collection system and spring box just to protect this spring. This looks like a good producer, and we'll show you step by step. So, well, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to see we're going to make like a little C here. We're going to put our collection dam in, and we're going to put clay, as much of the clay type soil on both sides of that dam to kind of seal off the bottom. And then we're going to put gravel in. Again, you want to give the water a path of least resistance to go. Let it flow into the gravel behind the dam that will go here. And then we will pipe down to a spring box about 20 foot away. I'm thinking that's what it's going to take to get a good flow. You don't want the collection system backing up at all. So what we'll do is we'll bury the box slightly down here, and make sure we have a good flow coming out of the pipe. Set that box, and then start to backfill, cover, and backfill everything. So you won't see much except for a green lid and a red port. And the port will be here where you can unscrew the port and actually back flush with Clorox if you want to. So that's it. Okay, here's the head wall system for collecting spring water. And you have two pipes that have pretty good sized holes in them. And these are for collecting the water and bringing it to the spring box. Now this is the overflow. If the spring seasonally produces a lot more than what it can be pushed through, and it'll come out the overflow. But I don't think we're going to have that problem on the 3 gallon a minute spring. Also, this little red cap here is for adding Clorox if you do want to shock the spring head. It could be a variety of reasons. You find a dead animal or something laying over top of the spring, and you want to make sure that nobody's going to get sick. You can shock it occasionally and just pour Clorox back in there, and that will go back into the spring head. So that's a good thing to be able to have that option. And it's labeled on the outside. You have water outlet, which will go down to the spring box, and the top part is the overflow. So just keep a nice red button there. We try to backfill everything up so you just see that button sticking out, but everything else will be buried, and this whole area in here will be filled with gravel. Now the spring box itself is right here, and there'll be an overflow and a water outlet, and then a lid, and then these are not glued in. These are able to be modified, and more holes can be added to them to allow the flow. The water will be flowing through this tube and down to the either a tank or a pond or wherever you want it. If you ever need to clean this out, you'll see in the bottom of the box, got that molded section there. The sediment will collect in this corner, and you can just kind of swish it around and dump all the water out and clean it out, and you'll get about 85–90% of the sediment. The water is going to run in here, so we're going to make sure this point is below the output of the spring collection system for it to work. You don't want to put any back pressure on the spring head itself. Okay, so I just set the collection system in. I haven't put any gravel in or anything, and I've got the water piped away. See it coming out of the, hope you can see it coming out of the end of the pipe. And so that'll allow this to clean out, flush out before I put any gravel in here. We're getting washed stone, some 57 stone. And again, that's it, just making it easy for the water to flow. And I know it doesn't look good now because I've been standing in it, it's all muddied up, but this will clear up nicely. We'll have a nice area stone, and then I'll cover it with 6mm plastic, and then we'll backfill it with the soil that's around here. And we'll just leave that little red cap exposed, and you'll have a green lid down here exposed for maintenance. Okay, it's fairly straightforward. Last spring I did it, you couldn't really see. This was on the side of a mountain, so hopefully this helps explain a little bit better the head wall material. You have 2 bulkhead fittings, and you have just some simple 1-inch PVC pipe collecting the water and bringing it to your output. And that's it. We just want to, checking flow here. It looks good. It's not building anymore. The pipe is handling it, so we're not backing up, is what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay, we've covered up our spring head. Again, that lump underneath the plastic is all washed stone, so so you get a good runoff away from the stone, but a nice large collection area, and everything's channeled to the pipe. You can see how everything's drying out now, because we're getting all the water from the spring head into the pipe, and so the collection system's doing its job. We'll leave the little red cap there for shocking the system later if need be, and then we're getting ready to starting to put our spring box system in, doing some gauging and drilling some holes. We got a really good flow here. Probably have about 5,000 gallons a day coming through this spring box, so we're not overflowing yet, but it's right at it. So I need to drill a few more holes to drop the level down a little bit. But we got a good flow. I'm just going to put some gravel around the box, level it up, get these overflows working here, and they can add on pipe. There's a pond right down there. I think they want to capture some of this water first, so we got some work to do. But right now the system is functioning as it is supposed to. I'll show you the final product. Another shot of the spring from up above. Geese are out there playing. Drying out. And that's what you want. You don't want it caving in. You want it as dry. You want all the water to easily go into the piping system to get this place to clean up. And then with this diversion here, you can easily get stuff growing back here. This will dry up, and you can actually get in here and cut and weed eat and have it all nice. These are Katahdin sheep. They have hair, they're no wool, they're being specially bred to be able to produce year-round. Look at those cuties. Awesome. I think this is my next to co-graze these Katahdin sheep with my cows. They're disease resistant. I've been talking to the vet that has basically created or refined this herd, this breed. That's sweet. Awesome.